And I think we're live. Hello everyone. This is a very square at the moment stream, so I know I'm streaming to myself. And I don't mind. I'm gonna at the Discord though, just because yeah. Um hopefully you guys will hopefully the chat will be full. Or hopefully there'll be at least one or two people popping in eventually. But either way I'm gonna I need to go to new releases. At cafe. You kidding me? Cafe viewer. Then paste the link. There we go. Oh, hello. Hi, WAG. Hi, Silver. Yes, a rise stream. Hi, Nugget Dude. Uh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Blue Guy. I wanted to see it. Oh, I'm sorry, Silver. Hi, Nugget Dude. Welcome in. Or Fun and Games. Sorry. I thought you said hi, Nugget Dude. I'm glad I got sick. Well, I'm glad you guys are able to pop in. Like, probably not, but you feel like it? I'm sorry. That sucks. Hello, Natty. Welcome in. This is a very different time to stream. I'm probably not going to stream for super long, but I figured, might as well do a little fun stream. So let me pull up chat on my phone, double check the audio, make sure that's good, because I currently am using wired in. My headphones are wired in through an aux cord because they're dead. I am doing all right. Thank you for asking. It's a little better. Not only are you here, but it's a little better. Because my sister actually listens to me. I'm like my grandma / teacher. I'm glad that it's a little better now. Let me double check, make sure the audio is good. All right, good. Audio looks good to me, I think. Do you guys agree? Yep. All right. So do we want to do a little yapping time, or do we want to head straight into Stanley Parable? I probably will only be able to stream for a couple hours. So, up to you guys. Oh, it's very delayed? Oh, no, it's very delayed. Yep, okay. All right, that makes sense. Right. Okay. I wonder, did I turn on the, let me double check, make sure yeah, I had ultra latency, so it should be immediate. Okay. So do we want to start the stream or yap? I could talk about hearing of the stupid school bans like the color black. Do they ban like the color black in public schools sometimes? I think that's silly. Fun and Games is blue guy. Yes, it is blue guy, not blue guy. And if they sound the same, then you're right. They sound the same, but they're spelled differently. It's okay, Fun and Games. I think I'm gonna hop into the game and start ranting at the narrator. What do you guys think? Okay. Your favorite indie game? I'm glad to hear that. Oh, do it. Ah, yeah, I turned off chat for some reason. Can't remember why. But there you go. Chat is on. Everything looks good on my end, so let's play. Oh, hang on. I think I forgot to do one thing. Did I Did I unmute the... No, I did not. There we go. Now you guys can hear the audio. It is apparently fairly wide. They say put it causes depression. No, that's... Teachers are mandated to take at least an intro to psychology course. Why are they saying that crap? Because that's 100% inaccurate. Stupid. There you go. Depression is often genetic.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Are the boards required to do that too?
Stanley
I don't know.
worked for a company in a big building where he was
Oh, politicians, no, they're not required to do that.
Employee number.
Sorry, I forgot clicking makes it skip.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket, yes or no? I feel like everyone should be required to take at least one psychology class. Okay, I see yes for the bucket, so.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Left or right, guys? It's really stupid. Also, mirrors in the bathrooms. I also heard of them removing doors from the stalls. I've heard of that. I think that's illegal. Mirrors in the bathrooms, I can understand that. I feel like they would just replace that with, like, metal that's, like, bolted to the wall that's reflective. Makes me so happy I'm homeschooled. Yes, it made me happy, too. Left or right? What do you guys think? Left? Right? There are doors. You guys can't decide. I'm going to make an executive decision. Right? Okay.
This was not the correct
band stall doors, yeah.
Felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Especially with how horrible, like...
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure.
Not to mention, you hear about all these teachers who are messed up in the head.
Walking through the door on the right,
then
walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Yeah, it's just messed up.
This was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
I think it's just public school restrooms.
Just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
How was your Christmas? It was pretty good. I had a good time.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Which way? I've heard that too. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's true, because honestly, we have a lot of messed up systems in America.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh, good Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
I like the bucket.
I'm the
Be
one who
nice.
gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
I guess, but I want the bucket.
Somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Yes, but I want to keep the bucket.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
I don't know if this is copyrighted or not, so I'm just going to talk over it and hope that it ends.
This is what
Okay,
the
there we
Stanley
go.
Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, pal. Yeah, you're right. It is understandable during class. I guess the only way to progress is to go back. Oh well. So we're gonna have to. We have the option to throw the bucket into a bucket thing, and I think last time we kept the bucket. And we saw that the bucket eater machine had broken. If we don't give it the bucket, what do you think will happen if we give it the bucket?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality
I think
that
bucket.
to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Should we throw away the bucket?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
Okay.
So I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Adios.
bucket destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were
No,
going to do
didn't.
such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
No.
For
Yes,
the moment
maybe,
in
I don't know.
time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Poor narrator.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do you grab the bucket this time? Yeah, let's not for right now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No
It's a
reason
nice
to
broom
stay
closet.
here.
It's a nice broom closet, though. Nice architecture. Has shiny stuff.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Correct. And I like standing here. It's nice.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Uh-huh.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer
Because
me
I
some
can.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I want to.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Nope.
It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branch
Yep.
path. Maybe
42
you can
endings.
talk
Oh,
about
there's
this with your
42 endings
friends,
to
you'll
this
say,
game.
"Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Do you guys find it concerning that I like this?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Hey, be
He
nice.
probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Be nice.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person
Oh, yeah.
is
We
dead.
got it.
They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids.
You're
Perhaps
an
there's
idiot.
a
Ah.
monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Narrator needs to take a chill pill.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Yeah, we found one. What does it say? To be rich is a crime. To commit crimes isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. All right. What's the code to this? What's the code, right?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra
Hi,
secret
Zappy.
PIN
Welcome
number,
in.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley stands.
Stanularians?
What about
Oh,
Stanlerines? Yes,
that's
I
no.
really like that.
For me, that's
Another
normal.
Stanlerine under your belt.
Oh, eight times is an achievement. Let's see. Oh, can't do that anymore. I'll come back and do it later.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now,
Stream
monsters jumped to
streak.
life. Their true
Stream
nature
streak
revealed.
for 5
Each
up.
bore the number of
Stream
an
streak.
employee in the
Cool.
building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be
Hyperfixation is showing. That's normal.
Had he really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Gotta wait until those gates open up again. There you go. Bye, fun and games. See ya. These are the secrets.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours, so here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem
I like the content I have.
we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section.
Woohoo!
You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Long name.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job.
Even though, like, it.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
I think even.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
There you go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to
Now I have a plan for what I'm gonna.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No.
Nope.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. No, said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
The cargo lift, yes. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly. Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone or no? It will take us back home, where we can go about life
bucket
together.
or cord? Or are you saying phone or cord? I'm actually curious. What does the phone do? Cord. Let's see. Let's see.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a
This is
different
my bucket.
location.
It's nice.
That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
It's nice to me. Don't listen to the yellow man. Yeah, let's be.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal. It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort
Oh,
of
maybe if you'd been a
shiny
friend to him instead of roasting him, he would listen to you.
It does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdy.
Hi, Talon. It's good, Perla. How are you?
Capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
I'm pretty sure the... There you go.
Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
I don't like how there's
The bucket
candles
has
everywhere.
what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Hello? Go back to work, Stanley? That was not ending. Yeesh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps the confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Now I want to know what happens if we pull the cord.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way
There
to
we
the
go.
top. There's something up there I need you to
I'm
do.
gonna unplug the
Stanley
cord.
did not
Let's see what
question
happens.
why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
It's like my dad says, you shouldn't worry if someone if someone talks to something like a stuffed animal or
Stanley
something.
once again obeyed blindly.
You shouldn't worry if someone is talking to an inanimate object. What
Now
you
pick up
should
the
worry
phone.
about is if the
Pick up
thing
the
starts
phone,
talking
and
back.
It will take...
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny,
The
Stanley.
alternate-
A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer? Or spoken
No, maybe you should have made the alternate route actually a
comedic
joke.
Timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
Okay.
How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
No?
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive
That's
deeper.
weird. This is
If
unexpected.
you ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
What?
These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's
What?
time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in
I
your
don't know what
loudest
this is.
possible voice,
This is weird.
I'm Dunny with the funny. Let's practice screaming, I'm Dunny with the funny now.
No. No. I'm not doing that.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
No.
Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter, tripled over in laughter, in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invaders who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What on earth is this?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated,
You
isn't
think?
it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then.
No,
So, with that
no.
in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
It's not like me.
I can feel it. This time,
You
I'm
can't
really
jump
going
off
to
now.
nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say.
Hearing your reaction
Oh,
through the
absurd.
Among
What
Us.
a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me.
I
Thank
don't think
goodness
so.
we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now? Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy.
I
that's
don't
for
know
sure.
where we'd be.
The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Oh.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Which door? Yeah, I'll go for this one. What the heck? I don't like that. I don't like that, no.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not
Correct.
the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy.
Hey, it's okay, Narrator. It's
I'm not
okay.
even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
Hey, something happened with the game. It's not your fault. Calm down. It's okay.
I need to go back and rewatch.
Oh
that
God, please don't make us
instructional
watch that again.
video. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Oh, come on.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Alright, I'm going on the left this time.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Okay.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not... Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes.
Aw.
I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
No. Sorry, Leroy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Poor Jim.
Stanley took
Getting
the
that skip
door
rats right,
to go back to the meeting room.
right as the meeting is called. It's so unfortunate. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something
Nope.
up there I need you to do.
Stanley
For a
did not
plan.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past
Hey!
this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless...
I didn't
The
know.
problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket. I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire
Welcome back,
rest
Friendly
of the
Games.
game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
This is weird.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
If I remember correctly, I think it's not.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket,
Huh.
not an actual bucket.
I don't know if Nugget Dude's in the chat.
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even
Me
sort it
too. That
out.
makes two of us.
I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
Oh no.
I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets.
No! I'll lose the bucket.
Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Sounds good.
And we'll know that it's all a
Bye,
bucket.
Nugget Dude. Have
But
fun
if
at
you
school.
worry to anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Let's see how this goes.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
That was weird.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm pretty quiet today. I'm sorry.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It
Oh,
wants
no.
the bucket. You can feel that, can't you?
No,
The aura
I don't
of
want
jealousy.
it.
It's as clear
I
as
like the
day.
bucket.
This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No, it doesn't.
I can really feel it now.
It doesn't deserve my bucket.
Belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here.
You're...
Supposed to
No.
carry the other cleaning supplies.
No, it's not.
No, Stanley, don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty
I thought you were a
insults
friend.
simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened
Hey!
to lay in your path in an
Bucky
even
is nice.
partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
Be nice to
Expand
Bucky.
on the
He's
wide variety
he's
of
been there for me.
experiences you and the
Hush.
bucket have shared together.
We
Go
went
through
to
each of them point by point.
we
Share
went
your journey
through
and
all
detailing
the
rich emotional
we went
landscape of your
through
feelings
the
for the bucket as they have
that
changed
door
and
and
evolved
we
over the
discovered
years.
what is and is not a bucket. Hey, you're a bucket too. You know that? And you and we've gone together to
Okay, I've got
unplug a
you something
phone
which
and
I
we
think will help
gone to
settle
work
this
for
debate
days
once
and
and
nights
for all.
and everything.
There you go.
Yes.
There. Now
Property.
it's
My
settled.
property.
No more debate, no more discussion. Take our hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Hey, go take a flying donut roll.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's
Yay.
appropriate.
Good.
You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetuous room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Sounds good. Yeah, no more dialogue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark
I got an
clouds of
achievement.
confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Right. We've already gone through. I think we haven't done like anything with the mind control facility in the
The
bucket.
elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth, but of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible
This feels
secrets
familiar.
did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this.
There,
and it
there,
very
bucket.
nearly
It's
burst
okay.
into tears as Stanley
Don't cry.
held it
It'll be
tightly,
okay.
reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These
Lot of questions.
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Let's see.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
That's us.
They high-fived in a really cool way.
Mm-hmm.
The bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
I told you, Bucket, I trusted you. I trusted you. How could you do that to me?
Claim the power for itself.
Come on.
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this?
How could you do that to me?
Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Aww.
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
I love the birds.
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all
Birds are
the
pretty.
possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
I am happy. I like this. Do you know, Bucket? And that's why you did that? Thank you. Oh, hang on. What happened?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't think I've ever seen what happens if you turn off the mind control facility.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yes, very logical. Okay, well, I want to see it for myself then.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Forgot you have to turn on that.
Light, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped,
Monitored like
guinea
guinea pigs.
The bucket had never seen anything like
Like,
this, and it very nearly burst into tears as
it's
Stanley
okay.
cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Well, I think we're gonna wait and see what happens if we press the secret button. Well, we have the bucket. And then we'll go to the mind control facility. Hey, Ghostly, how are you? Ah. It's just the same. Just got back from school? That's cool. Do you have a good time? Well, I don't know.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept
This is so bizarre to have this music playing in the background over like this like really supposedly emotional beat.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Sorta?
Stanley
Yeah,
decided
understandable.
that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
There you go. Shut it down.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and
Woohoo!
the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was
That's
a simple
interesting.
life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room.
No.
But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
That's sad.
When
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do you guys know of an ending that I haven't done yet? I'm curious. Nope. Alright. I'll look up an ending then. Just for grins and giggles. Let me see. I forget which ones we did. Yeah. Understandable. Let me see. Stanley. Parable Ultra Deluxe. Endings. There we go. Freedom ending. Countdown ending. The Mind Control Room ending. Museum ending.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think
Elevator
I have
ending.
nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Oh, there's an interesting ending. Escape pod ending. Let's try that. There you go. I have no idea about endings here. Understandable.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Quickly enter and leave. Boss's office. Okay.
Stepping in.
Whew, that was a close one. What room am I supposed to go in? 428. Okay. Oh. You're now leaving? Okay, that door is closed. Right. Alright. It's 260, I'm pretty sure. Hi, Spookies DJ. Welcome in. How are ya? That's an interesting ending. Let's try the heaven ending. Let's see how that works. Okay. 419, 423. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, there you go. Input received. Then 423. Okay. Let's keep doing this. You're gonna break some. Oh, disk tray cable won't let me upgrade my plants right now. I'm sorry. You're gonna break something? I've never seen anything with Miku. $423. Oh, you have to reset the game manually, or by getting another ending. Oh, what's the quickest ending? I think the quickest ending would be to. I don't think I know what the quickest ending is. This is odd.
When
Oh.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door
Bye-bye.
on his left.
Yeah, don't get. Yeah, go. MJ, go work. You don't have
Stanley was
to.
so bad at
I'm
following
sorry.
Directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There you go.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
My apologies. This is just the quickest ending, and I want to see. I'm gonna try to get the.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Hee hee. Good. Alright.
Someone
Now
was following
423.
Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Input received. Okay. Bye, Luigi. See ya. Oh, you're in the bathroom? I'm sorry.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sorry, I'm just doing the easiest way other than shutting down or restarting the game. Because I'd rather not. There you go.
In his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the
Hi,
story
fun and
no
games.
one
Welcome
gets to
back.
tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There you go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Input received. Okay.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley. Was in such a rush to get through.
All right, there you go. Turns out your card declined. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm getting right out. Because I mean, bye. See you, MJ.
He relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Is this your way of telling me that I need to calm down? Because I resent that. I don't need to calm down. I'm fine.
Feeling soothed,
Oh, you're not leaving. You're saying goodbye to Spooky. Sorry.
Calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
There you go. Something.
Head through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, I know the easiest ending.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold, Stanley? Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the
Yes, I have.
control facility. Welcome. You see, back
Sorry, I
when
know we
Stanley
just got this one, but this is the
first launched in
easiest ending.
2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go.
Thank you. All right.
New content.
Woohoo, new
Or
content.
the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's
Woohoo.
a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Yeah. All right.
Good job, you did it.
Woohoo, we did it.
Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending.
Yay.
I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Why don't you want to bet that I'm going to have this stuck in my head?
Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
All right, that's quite enough. Okay. 3:34 or 4:34. 4. Here you go. No, I'm not listening to that because it's probably the same recorded message.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This is the easiest way
This was
to
not
reset the
correct
game.
way to the meeting room, and
Just got a
Stanley knew it
notification that
perfectly well.
another streamer I
Perhaps
watch
he wanted to stop
has
by
started
the
a
employee
stream,
lounge
so
first, just to admire it.
I don't know.
And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he
There you
is in
go.
control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
There you go. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Ooh, pretty. So how do I get out of this ending? Because this is interesting, but yeah, I think I'm have to physically reset the game. Okay. So, begin the game again. Oh, I didn't realize you could just reset. Okay. Oh, no, we're not doing that.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There you go.
It was okay.
It was okay. Huh. Let me see. All right. See about that. Let's see how this works.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Huh, I never noticed this.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn
Stanlerines.
between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
I like
What name
Stanlerines.
better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Oh, there it is. This is interesting. The end is never the end is never the end is never.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you?
Oh.
What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Okay.
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I'm sorry, narrator. I roast you, but I don't mean to make you feel bad. Okay, let's see. Broom closet. Could do cold feet ending. Alright, I think we're gonna do the cold feet ending. Sorry, I know it isn't very much fun to listen to me when I'm literally
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
not see what I'm doing.
Missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Is my chat? Yeah, okay, my chat is live, so alright. I'm just not a chatty Cathy today. Pun intended.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Yep. Alright. Well, that's another ending. Let's see. It's sad that you can. Apparently, on like the HD version, like the not ultra deluxe version, you could play Portal. You could play Portal in this game, which is sad because I love Portal. Okay, I found the 4-hour one. We're not doing that. Okay. Alright. So let's do the. Alright. Oh.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
How? Okay, so it says game launch options. Where are the game launch options? I'm curious now. Let me look that up. Um, I probably ought to. I probably ought to quit and just spend the rest of my time yapping with y'all. Because I just realized that I'm coming up on 2 hours. So, yeah, yap time. So, how are we doing, chat? How are we doing? Kathy, will you ever notice me? I do notice you fun in games. I have noticed you before. Is there anyone here? Okay, yep. Okay. Oh, I just realized that there's something I wanted to do. Okay. There you go. Yes, there's me, Luigi, and Blue Guy. Cool. Or no, it's you and Luigi now. So is this a fun little midday stream? Do you guys think? Or was this kind of, boring? I'm curious. I'm still here just vibing. Okay. Do you guys have fun? I know it was a pretty short stream, but I had a lot of fun. It's kind of nice streaming during the rest of. Yep, boring. Thanks, fun and games means a lot. The first one, I can't remember what I said. I have very short-term memory. It was very fun. Glad you guys had fun. I think I'll do another Stanley Parable stream, and I'll just like write down all the endings I want to get, so that way I can play it with y'all. Wasn't that boring? I just have 2 streams up. Understandable. Hi, fun and games. I've acknowledged your existence. Is that what you wanted? Uh, I don't really know what to say. Eh, but it's been about an hour, 42 minutes. About to beat Funko Fusion. Hmm. Well, what do you guys think I should play Friday night? Let's start a poll. Let's do that for fun. What game should I play Friday? Let's do that. Okay. I'm thinking about like all the games I have. I think these are really the only ones I would want to play. Let's see. Creating a poll. Let's see. If silver votes, then I know what it's going. Oh dear. Sorry about that. But yeah, I was right. Yes, it's literally tied. Like tied all the way down. I'll leave this up until I end stream. But it's ironic that like I knew Silver would choose Unravel. I think Fun and Games said they chose uh um Stanley Parable, and then uh Luigi obviously chose Minecraft. So I don't know. We'll have to hope someone else pops in. You chose Stanley Parable? Oh, Fun and Games was chosen Minecraft then. Hmm. I've started a new psychology class talking about adult aging and stuff. I'm gonna start I'll have to plan a wedding and a funeral for this class, which is gonna be interesting. So if you hear me talking about wedding plans or funeral plans, you just know it's for the class. It's one of the things that, because because I've already taken lifespan development, which is like basically how humans develop from conception to death. And so this is really just like emerging adulthood to death. So, um, since we've already taken the classes, the class detailing how the body changes and stuff like that, I get the pleasure of doing more stuff that's like kind of because we'll have to plan like a wedding and a funeral, and it talks about like intimacy versus isolation in early adulthood, and there you go. Anyway, um, but yeah, we'll be learning like intimacy, isolation, generativity versus stagnation. Um, can't remember all of them. I remember the kids ones a little better because I've been I'm more of somebody who um my goal is to be a pediatric psychologist someday. But long and short is that I I know more like about trust versus mistrust, autonomy versus shame and doubt, industry versus inferiority, identity versus identity confusion, and intimacy versus isolation. Those are the stages I know the most about. And then for uh another one, I know quite a bit about what's it called? Oh, Minecraft is winning now. Let me see. Huh. Hmm. Looks like Nelly came in, did something. Thank you, Nelly. I'm not gonna do any changes. I think I kind of agree. Um, but yeah, we get to do uh we get to do the I know a lot more about like child development than adult development. So this is quite a bit of it is newer to me than child development because I work with kids. I work at a it's not quite a daycare, but it's also not I think it's more comparable to a preschool and stuff. Actually getting ready to start working again. So it looks like Minecraft will be Friday's game. And I don't mind that. I like playing Unravel, but I do think I do think I need a little break from it. And Stanley Parable is fun, but yeah, I think Minecraft will be a better game for Friday. And not to mention I can have people, um, I always feel like I can have people, on call. So I might hop into the, staff only voice chat and anyone who's staff can chat there. And, uh, I have a lot of, I don't know what to say. Um, Nick, oh, here, let me put on some music. It just occurred to me that, I could put on some music. here we go. There you go. Boom. I'm also going to be taking a fairy tale class this semester. It's going to be a lot of fun. We gotta go for a bit. If you're still streaming, I'll join back. Talk to you later, Kathy. See you, Silver. I'm getting ready to end. I think as soon as the clock strikes, or as soon as it says that I've been streaming for 2 hours, I think is when I'm gonna end. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing, or I'm gonna start taking a fairy tale class, learning about all that, and so that'll be fun. And then I also have a geography class, which I'm not super looking forward to, but kind of had to for a science thing, for science requirement. And then finally, I get to do one last thing. What's it called? Oh yeah, I get to take a creative writing class with the honors program that I'm in. So that's gonna be pretty nice. So you might see some more writing stories stuff from me. Obviously after the semester ends, because because in order for my stories to count as my content, they have to not be uploaded anywhere else. Otherwise, I can get cited for plagiarism against myself. So fun. I have a lot of interesting ideas for stories. I also have a class that I'm kind of required to take because I'm gonna but yeah, I'm gonna go on a study abroad trip. Not gonna say where, but I get to go on a study abroad trip, and that's gonna be so much fun. But I have to take a class for it. It's 1 credit hour. Only got about 5 minutes left before the clock strikes. Before it's been 2 hours. I'm glad you guys had a good time coming to the stream. Well, I want to stream a little more, but at the same time, classes are starting up next week, and unfortunately, that means that I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep up the even just once a week streaming. I'm gonna try to keep it up as long as I can, but I gotta keep my grades up so that I can qualify for all the things. Thanks for streaming. I'm happy to do it. It's something that I enjoy. Brings me joy. I'm curious. I'm gonna end the poll for right now. And now I'm going to do a Q&A. I've never done one of these. And the question is, there we go. There's a fun Q&A. I've never done a Q&A or participated in a Q&A, so I have no clue how well this goes. Can it be multiple? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can say multiple streams for your favorite. Four minutes and then I'm done. Doors with you and Star. That was a fun stream. We should you and I should play you and I should play something on Roblox together. Like we could do like a dress to impress stream together, or we could do, I don't know, do you have a game that you really want to show me? I don't know if I'd be down for playing Doors again. That scared me. But I did really enjoy like doing that stream with you. It was very fun. Don't have a specific game I'd love to stream with you. Well, you and I will have to work on that, figure out what game to stream together. Please do Dress to Impress or something I could join. Yeah, I am friends with you on Roblox. Probably wouldn't be able to do like very much voice chat stuff, but yeah, we could do something like that. I'll figure it out. Heck, you and I could just like do Minecraft or something. That would be fun. Let me see. Okay. And then do this. There we go. Had to take care of something. I think one of my favorite, I think one of the games I had the most fun streaming, I think was Superliminal. I think that was my favorite game I've streamed. And I was so disappointed there was only two streams I got to do that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll have another favorite game I've streamed later. Starting late, how was Stanley Parable? Yeah, I had a lot of fun. We played, we did quite a few endings, including one called the Heaven ending, and there was another, what was the other new ending we got? The Cold Feet ending. Can't remember all the endings we did. Is it a bucket? Wait, why am I managing one? Because I trust you. I feel like you've earned it. Mind control with bucket ending. Oh yeah, we did that one. That was fun. I don't trust everyone with managing mod. It's only a few specific people that I really trust. The bug ending? The bug ending. Oh yeah, that weird one with the comedy timing one. That was weird. I definitely recommend going back and checking because it's bizarre. The song one? Oh yeah. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. One of the definitions of them saying, it's not a bug, it's a feature. When it was originally a bug. We still have the Q&A going. Let me see. Yeah, just still the only one question. That's what I meant by bugging. Oh, the song one? Oop, it's been oh yeah, it has been 2 hours. Dang it. I was having fun chatting. I like yapping. I might end up waiting until someone comes and drags me out of my room. What was I looking for? I was looking for something. What? Alright. Well, and there's my cue. Dang it. So, yeah. I've gotta say bye. Have a good evening, or have a good rest of your day, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely a smaller stream, but it was fun. I'm gonna end that Q&A first. Let me just double check. Yeah. Bye bye. Have a good rest of your day.